So you think that Dungeons and Dragons is very fascinating, but you have no idea how to play or where to even start. When I was new to Dungeons and Dragons about a year ago, I was completely lost because I had absolutely no idea how to play the game. So if you are in a similar situation and want to understand at least how things work and what is the concept of Dungeons and Dragons, maybe this video can help you navigate that. Dungeons and Dragons is a tabletop role-playing game. Well, let's not think about that term for a while. The game is more or less a collaborative storytelling experience where one person narrates the story and the others control characters that interact with the story. The person narrating the story is called the Dungeon Master or DM for short, and the others who interact with the story are known as player characters or PCs for short. While interacting with the story, the PCs might take certain decisions or perform certain tasks. The DM is the one who decides if the PC is successful or not at this task. This is decided by rolling some funny shaped dice. Based on the result of these rolls, the DM decides again if the PC is successful or not. Do remember that Dungeons and Dragons doesn't really have any wrong decision, so to speak. Any decision that makes sense to you as a player can work in the world of Dungeons and Dragons if you wanted to make it work. That's it. That's the crux of the game. The DM narrates a story while the PCs interact with the story and roll funny shaped dice to see if they're successful or not in performing certain tasks. That is unless you are in combat. Combat in Dungeons and Dragons takes place in a turn-based fashion, meaning that in combat you get a turn where you get to decide what your character does. The order in which the players and enemies take this turn is decided by something called as initiative, where everyone rolls a 20-sided die and the person who rolls the highest goes first, followed by the person who rolled the second highest, and so on. Every turn is more or less 6 seconds in game time. The turn-based action economy is primarily for combat. Out of combat, you can take as many actions as you want, you can roam around as you like, as long as your DM permits it. So that's it. Now you have to decide if you want to be a DM or a player. A DM is more like the referee of the game. Some might even call them a god. They have to be familiar with the rules of the game. Link to the official basic rules you can find in the description, which is absolutely free. And as the player, of course, you would have to go through the rules as well, but you would have to focus more on the character creation part. According to me, the best way to learn Dungeons and Dragons is to watch a game. You could follow us on Twitch and check out any of our live ongoing campaigns, or just click here or somewhere where you would get a link to playlists of our past campaigns, or you can just join our Discord server and hop on to observe some of the offline games that go on over there. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to go over certain mechanics, a more deeper dive into how the game works, any other aspects. Do let me know.